also capsules, but today we are going to get to know the liquid compositions. For us to move further, let me first tell you the recommendations that concern every liquid supplement. First of all liquid formulations are in bottles that are not mere glass, but pharmaceutical glass that doesn't have lead. There is no lead. This is a special composition of dark color to protect from ultraviolet the ingredients that are within. Besides, this bottle has been made in such a way that there is no interaction between the glass and the formulation, which means neither the taste or the smell or the color changes with time. Everything has been thought of. Also, these liquid compositions do not contain preservatives, GMO, or gluten, which means that no matter what style of nutrition you have or what kind of diet you have, everyone can take these liquid supplements. These are 100% natural extractions of plant origin. All bottles except two are 750 milliliters. The two exceptions are a smaller bottle of children composition, Sanvital, and our liquid gold oil. As these formulations are liquid and have no preservatives or stabilizers, as soon as you open them, you have to keep them in the refrigerator and only in the refrigerator. Before using, you have to mix them carefully, not shaking, just turn up and down quietly, and then the mixture is mixed. You also have to keep them sterile. What do I mean? If you pour something into something, don't pour back. Do not lick the bottleneck. Do not drink from the bottleneck, because these compositions have to be taken care of. Liquid compositions, how do you take them? With the exception of several formulations, which I will mention later, it's not recommended to dilute them in water. What do you have to dilute with water? Chlorophyll, Vita C, and for children, there is a rule that all products for children have to be diluted. When you take some kind of medicines, some kind of drugs, something from high blood pressure or something else, you do have to consult your physician. Why? Because these formulations, especially liquid ones, are absorbed very fast, and they might in some way interact with the drugs by slowing them down, for example, or in some other way influence them. Then you need to have intervals. And we will talk about every liquid formula, and I will try to emphasize the main areas where it is not recommended or where you have to pay attention to the dosage. there is a legal framework. What does it mean? It means that pregnant and breastfeeding women, the instruction tells them that it's not recommended for them to take those, but if there is a need, which might happen, and women do need some formulations, but it has to be decided by the doctor, or you take your own responsibility for your own health. Well, but do not try to do self-treatment. Another thing you have to remember, supplementation, meaning taking supplements, is just addition to food, not a substitution of eating. So you have to have complete meals like before, but this goes as a supplement. Additionally, every formula, every bottle, be it big or small, has an instruction with you, which is called clean label. In 14 languages, a clean label of usage. Please do read the label. Please pay attention to the composition, because we can never exclude that some of the ingredients may be something you have personal intolerance for. And now let's go through the formulas. Let's get to know them. Wonderful. This is me. I haven't introduced myself for those who see and hear me for the first time. My name is Ludmila Valavaya. You can read who I am. I'm a doctor of medicine, immunologist, geneticist with highest certificate. So I have big background and experience with many happy, healthy people. And this is our today's topic of this mini presentation, that we get to know. Of course, all of that is official. The company Duolife promotes those products for their consumers, and it uses soft marketing for that. Here we have our first formula, which is called Duolife Day. Duolife Day has to be taken 25 milliliters in the morning, preferably to take 3 months in a row, and then have a pause, and then again you can take it for 3 months. As to the age, there are some limits, yes. So up to 12 to 14 years, it's not recommended because it has ginseng. Why 12 to 14? Because children develop in different way. Some children at 12 are more developed than some 14-year-olds. So the limitation of age. As to counterindications or carefulness, I have to speak about it. Those people who, because of their condition, take anticoagulants or antidepressants. When you take these medicines, Duolife Day in that period is not recommended. And as there are many carbohydrates in this composition, therefore, people who have diabetes, they have to consult with their doctor. You know your numbers of sugar, and you have to control and test them, and it's best to consult. And finally, what I have to, of course, say, these are people who have problems with kidney stone disease, because there are 13 herbs here, we do not want to exacerbate this condition. So what is this product? This is a key product that harmonizes the body and gives it energy for the whole day. That's why we call it Duo Life Day, and we take it in the morning. So all your body gets activated, and as we have two interesting indicators, as this is IQ, everyone knows what that is, and also EQ, IQ intellectual quotient, and EQ emotional. So how is it connected to Duo Life Day? The emotional intellect, EQ, means that during work day, leaders can take fast decisions, be creative, be emotional, and this Duo Life Day supports this energy from morning till evening, so that in the evening you do not feel completely exhausted, but you feel ready for the next day. It helps with serotonin hormone generation, which is the hormone of joy, of heightened emotional condition. It's excitement, it's desire to do something. This formulation supports it with the 13 ingredients. It also supports cardiovascular system, immune system, brain, and kidneys. This is Duo Life Day. The next, as we have day, means, of course, we need to have night. And Duo Life has a supplement called Duo Life Night. Same 25 milliliters, but in the evening, of course, as it is for night. It supports gastrointestinal tract. It helps with detoxification of the body, supports the liver. So it supports all the processes that happen during the night for the body to be able to restore. If the whole day we were active, we have to restore, of course, and we have to have good sleep. Our body and our IQ has to have rest. And when can we have complete rest? When we easily fall asleep, when our sleep is without nightmares, when we can easily wake up and in the morning be full of energy and with good appetite. I did tell you that it supports liver and detoxification of the body. Why? Because at night when we sleep, and the organs that have to prepare our body for the next day have to work intensely. What do? They take out toxins from our body, everything that we had, the garbage we had in the day, we have to drain it out, for example, ammonia, etc. And then in the morning, the body will be ready. We will have harmonized rhythms, and then we will be ready for the next day. Another important thing, our thyroid gland also works by night, and it has to be ready for the next day. And it will be if you regulate the day and night rhythm. As to hormone melatonin, it is generated by night. And I want to say to those who might not know that this hormone is produced in our body, and up until 12 years of age, this gland, canarium that or pituitary gland that produces this hormone is still asleep. That's why until 12 years of age, children are often ill. But starting with 12 and until 25, there is very, very active secretion of melatonin, which is this night hormone. And it is actively secreted by epiphysis, which is another name of pituitary gland. And it secretes it until 25, and then it goes down in producing this hormone. And after 60 years of age, the body no longer produces it. No matter how healthy a person is, still the body is not that strong. But our task, of course, is to help you, no matter what the age, to fall asleep well and wake up well. And melatonin is kind of a musical director of all the organs. And it's so important that this rhythm works completely and fully. And when we take DuoLife Day in the morning and DuoLife Night in the evening, we start restoring the biorhythm, but it takes time. We have to do it at least for 20 days. And after 20 days, well, don't expect the result at once. Don't deceive yourselves. Another hormone, dopamine, which by night helps your body. And if our body doesn't have enough sleep, because grown-ups often do that they don't have enough sleep, it's better to go to sleep earlier, but we understand it doesn't happen all the time. So even if you have lesser sleep, but if your rhythm works well, then we feel better. And it has been measured that we even have an increase of productivity by 25-30% due to dopamine. But children have to sleep more, because I told you that they don't have melatonin. So DuoLife Day and DuoLife Night they work with circadian rhythms, and circadian rhythms have been a very important discovery. Next bottle, 750 milliliters, a wonderful green bottle, chlorophyll, and you have to take 10 milliliters. You may take it once a day or twice a day, depending on your goal. How well do you want to support your body? I do recommend to dilute this one with water. How much water? For you to feel nice and pleasant. Sometimes you might add more water. Sometimes if you want fresher and more clear taste, then you dilute it differently. But starting with 50 milliliters and more, you just try and decide for yourself how much water to add. When can you take it? You can do it before or after a meal. I like the result when we drink it with our capsules. And tomorrow we are going to have presentations of those capsules. So maximum is 3 months in a row. And I think those who listened to my previous webinars know why 3 months, 3 months, 3 months. This number has been known for many thousands of years. As to intervals between this product and a medical drug, you have to have an interval of 2 hours, either pill 2 hours and then chlorophyll, or chlorophyll 2 hours and then pill. So there has to be an interval between the pharmaceutical drug and chlorophyll. Counterindications. I have to tell you, autoimmune diseases, not to have acute disease, ulcers, because it's an active formula. And you have to be careful and remember that allergic people have to approach everything carefully and maybe dilute in more water. So what is chlorophyll? I think in 5th grade in botanics lesson, they teach you where chlorophyll is located in the leaf of the plant, and it helps to take sun and accumulate it in the leaf. So it's a conserved sunshine ray and then placed in the bottle. So it's a drink of green energy and of sun. And sun, it's energy, happiness, health, because we are children of the sun. We wake up with the sun, we go to sleep together with the sun. So we have to support this natural energy. This product contains a lot of magnesium, which is similar to hemoglobin. Therefore, it does not replace, as some might think, that it replaces the iron that is lacking. No, it helps to increase the blood circulation to each cell, to each organ. It happens in a more intense way. Therefore, we also call it green blood. We have 100% liquid energy, which is wonderful. So if it's the sun, which is in the green leaf and in our green bottle, of course, it has bactericide action. So it helps us against fungi, microorganisms. You should remember that when there is sun in the spring, usually housewives used to bring out blankets, pillows under the sun for its bactericide action. So when this liquid formula gets into the gut, it acts as a probiotic. It helps with drainage of our organism, and it helps to restore the villi of the gut, and it cleanses us from toxins because it helps to take out the metals, salts. We live in the 21st century and there is this problem, but we have a chlorophyll as help. It also helps lymphatic system to be cleansed, to be drained. And I want to tell you from experience, those who have problems with lymphatic nodes, even children now have it, it's very good to take chlorophyll. At least what I have seen, I like the results. And those who have had these problems are happy because allergens are being taken out. So it helps immune system. Immunoglobulin A also helps our body. It increases the regeneration because the blood circulates in a more intensive way. And of course, where there is some damage, the restoration happens faster. It also is alkaline, which is interesting. Because it so happens, because we live in the 21st century, that there is oxidation. And chlorophyll has this feature of alkalization between the cells, removes the lactic acid for athletes after exercise, because when all the muscles ache, chlorophyll helps with that. It supports good skin condition, which is also important. I think that all normal people want to live longer, but no one wants to be old. They want to be young. But at least you have to keep the middle age health to the maximum. Yes, we cannot change the numbers in our passport. But it would be wonderful if the chlorophyll helps us support our skin condition. And we have to remember that this is our liquid energy. Then next, blue bottle, aloes. How do you take that? 25 to 50 milliliters per day, before the meal, once a day. If chlorophyll can be taken both before or after, then here it's before the meal. It influences our carbohydrate metabolism, lipid metabolism, and increases the concentration of insulin. If we speak about the lipid metabolism, then it decreases the cholesterol numbers. And you have paid attention that I emphasize some things with every formula. I say pay attention. So those who for some reason take diuretics, or those who have allergy to honey, as it is in this composition, you have to be careful, or during the time where you take diuretics, do not take this product. Aloe, the plant, as a relict plant, it has been there for thousands of years, and it's 100% natural product of Mexican aloe and aloe vera, and it has very good impact both outside and inside. Duolife has a very good program also for skincare that contains the same aloe vera. It contains more than 200 active components, and first and foremost, it influences mucus. What does it mean? It means it protects all our mucosa in our breathing, in our intestines. And it helps with immunoglobulin A, which is our customs, our protection of all foreign pathogenic microorganism. How does it act? It has counter-inflammatory action, healing action for wounds, increasing appetite in children, It helps with breathing organs because it works on mucous membrane. And it works so interestingly that all the molecules that we breathe in, even formaldehydes, we are protected by mucus. And we are helped by this phytoremediator. Gastrointestinal tract mucus. This product will also help. And it has a relaxing action. It helps to get bile out, and the motor action of the intestines will help. It also helps your eyes because eyes is also mucus. So you can use it also to help your eyes. For example, when there are eye surgeries and pH of your mucus of the eyes is less than 7.7, then your eyes might get parasites, which will cause inflammation. In dermatology, of course, they use aloe vera because it humidifies, because it holds the water molecules on our skin, so we dry slower. So this is the formula. And also a very beautiful color, right? The next color, not less beautiful. Again, a bottle, liquid, 750 milliliters. Very good to take together with Vita C. There is this formula that we will discuss later. So you take 25 to 50 milliliters once a day. You can take it once a day before the meal. And to maximize the activity, it's recommended to take it in the second half of the day, because our body changes through the ages. Therefore, until 25 years of age, the synthesis of collagen is constantly happening in our body. But after 40, 45, quite actively, we lose the collagen that we have piled up. And at 60, why am I saying 60 years of age very often? Because it's gerontology, it's completely different body. So after 60, from the collagen we piled up in youth, we have only 50% left. So collagen, it's second type of collagen, 100% natural, of sea origin. There are different collagens of animal origin, of donor origin. We have sea origin. What does it mean? It's a very good situation for our body because it's the smallest molecule, and it helps with health, not only of joints, but also of bones, nails, skin, hair, cartilages. And also it has antioxidant. So we have added mango, both for taste and for smell and as antioxidant. They asked me, why is there mango? What does it do here? It's quite a strong antioxidant. It's a unique composition. Marine collagen, acerola, horsetail, chondroitin, and those who have joint pain, they know chondroitin, which holds molecules of water in cartilage with minerals. Glucosamine is building block for cartilages and tendons. And of course, hyaluronic acid. Why? because it creates viscosity around our joints. Because if this liquid is not qualitative around our joints, that what happens? They rub against each other and get deformed, and it's very painful. Yes, now we have replacement surgeries. It's possible to replace your joints, but is it worth it? Is it worth waiting for that when we have collagen here? It also includes vitamin C, but you can additionally take vitamin C. Why? Because what is the role of vitamin C? There is this enzyme that destroys collagen, hyaluronidase, but vitamin C blocks this enzyme. In our body, there are constant processes of creation and destruction. That's the law of life. So what is being destroyed, we have to slow down as far as possible, and that is done by vitamin C. And all the rest of composition that I will not read, it's for strong bones, it has vitamins and silicium that helps with our motor system. Now, what I have to emphasize, who has to be careful? I told you, if you have some problems, you have to consult with the doctors to choose the right dosage. So those who have gout and have stone disease and autoimmune diseases. In these cases, you have to pay more attention. And next to it, unsurprisingly, is Vita C, yellow bottle, because it has to be combined with the previous one. You can take 25 to 50 milliliters per day before or after meal and dilute it. Again, try for it to be a pleasant taste for you. So what do we have to remember here? Do not mix with chlorophyll. You have to have interval between them. For example, chlorophyll in the morning, Vita C in the evening, or the other way around. So you have to separate them. Because Vita C is a formula that contains vitamin C. And there is no consensus of vitamin C dosage in the world. So it's best to take Vita C in the first half of the day. It means Vita C we dilute with water in the morning and chlorophyll in the evening. This way it will be more correct. Those who do sports and have trainings, then you take Vita C between your exercise times. People who have some high blood pressure, hypertension, it's very good for them. Those who have diabetes, this product is very good for them. Those who have chronic diseases, it's very good for them. And Vita C, meaning vitamin C within Vita C, normalizes the blood coagulation if you have problem with that. So here I say not to be careful about it, but that you need to take it. 100% natural composition and those who listen to me on Tuesday, you know what is chiral purity. This is chiral purity. Vitamin C here is of L form, molecule that turns left, so it enters the cells momentarily because it's our own code. So it's absorbed 95 to 97%. The drugstore vitamin C is a mirror form. So while body has to turn it from right to left, it takes time. So only 5 to 7% is absorbed. But the rest is simply flushed out. It will be very expensive urine test. But here you can use the natural thing that is absorbed for your full-fledged life. The thing is that our body does not synthesize vitamin C, though we have this kind of gene to synthesize vitamin C, but it is atrophic, asleep. But we constantly need vitamin C. Therefore, we have to take it constantly. Why is it important? For the synthesis of vital amino acids, glutamine. There is this amino acid, glutamine. What is this amino acid? It's one of the most significant for our health. Where are they synthesized if we have enough vitamin C? We do not pile up this vitamin C, unfortunately, so we have to constantly have it. And so the synthesis happens in the muscles. And if we lack vitamin C, then we have very little glutamine, which is essential amino acid. And then we have problems with protein synthesis, which damages the brain function, kidneys, lungs, the whole intestine, immune system starts to suffer. And our joints wear off faster because vitamin C slows down their destruction. And also addiction to alcohol increases. And gradually, because of the deficit of vitamin C, we grow older within our body and of course outside. The vitamin C is mostly destroyed by stress. Stress can completely destroy the vitamin C in our body. Also smoking. Smokers, you have to remember, you have to constantly drink vitamin C. And oncology also. So when there are oncological processes in the body, they eat up vitamin C. But good news is that vitamin C within Vita C can be taken even by very, very little children. But you understand that the dosage will be different. It's not about that right now. Okay, we met this formula. Let's move on to next one. Regenoil or liquid gold. What is it? It's 250 milliliters, not 750 milliliters. Unrefined, cold-pressed plant oils from 13 plants, plus vitamin K2, MK7, vitamin D3, and vitamin E also. These are fat-soluble vitamins. So what is vitamin K2 for you to understand? There is K1 and there is K2. I do not know whether I have to go into details, but I think when people understand more, it's better. K1 is of plant origin. K2 is fermented. naturally fermented from Japanese soy nut. And so D3 from lichen. So everything is of plant origin. This composition regulates all the processes that are in fat environment. You know, we have two environments for our metabolism, water soluble, fat soluble. So liquid gold helps activate all the lipid metabolism processes, fat soluble vitamins, A, D, E, K, polyunsaturated fatty acids, omegas, without which we cannot live. And it's especially important for vegans. It's, you know, it's like fish oil without fish. I think it's wonderful. Everyone needs it. And every system, every body organ, every cell needs it, because cell has a membrane, and the membrane contains lipids. If we do not have sufficient lipids, we will be like a gel. Our cells will not be rigid. Not everyone knows that, but eye doctors know it very well, that night vision and color vision depend on sufficient amount of polyunsaturated fatty acids. It's also important for healthy bones and muscles. How do we take it? 5 to 10 milliliters during the meal once a day. Usually during lunch. But as it's vitamin D, you have to understand it has to be first half of the day, because vitamin D is a sun vitamin. And when do we have the sun? In the first half of the day, then it goes down. So the activity of this vitamin will be lower. So it's mostly active in the first half of the day until 3 or 4. As to children, you know, there is a coffee spoon, teaspoon, tablespoon. So you can find about dosages. They are all supplied in information. You can even give it before 1 year old, but then you give drops. And there is just one thing when we do not recommend liquid gold. These are people who take statins. These are quite complicated medicines that decrease cholesterol in our blood circulation. So there is a whole range of strong ingredients that have side effects. So when a person takes statins, then after you take statins, when you stop taking statins, then you can take Regen oil or liquid gold, not during statins. I told you about the first half of the day. So when is it very necessary to take this? When you have high blood pressure, when you have diabetes, you do need that. When you have rheumatoid arthritis, then you really lack these vitamin D. And with heart disease, I think I haven't missed anything. Time flies. Now, Sun Vital. This is children's syrup from 12 plants with organic zinc. This is concentrated. You cannot mix such a mixture at home. This is a juice of 3 different berries then extracts of 2 fruits, then extracts of 2 roots, extract of plants, of polyunsaturated fatty acids, vitamins, minerals, and plus organic zinc. Why zinc? To strengthen the child's immune system, not just for children. I would tell you that when grown-ups try Sunvetal, especially when they get cold, they see it works very well and fast, and it's also delicious. If children have a zinc deficit, then they slow down in their growth. Then it's clear what you have to start with. Also, when there is late puberty, then it helps. Irritability. Well, teenagers go through difficult period with their hormones, but if they also have zinc deficit, then they are quite irritable. Then also acne and decrease of appetite, decrease of immune system, and there are much colds and etc. or allergies. This composition helps with all these problems. Also, when there is hair loss, focal hair loss, then vitamin B5 that is contained here and vitamin C will help with that. I will not say it will treat that problem, but it will help. So we have vitamins, minerals, and help against parasites. You understand that children don't always wash their hands and they put everything in their mouth. This product also helps with prevention of early gray hair, which can be caused by the lack of components that are contained in Sunvetal. How do you take that? Once per day before or after meal. And I know for sure that there are children that feel sick, so it's better to take it after meal with water. Then this unpleasant feeling will not happen. If a child is sick, then you can take it therapeutically twice a day after meal, and then a month's break. So you take it for a month, then a break, then again. From what age? The instruction recommends after 6 years of age. Why? It's because of legal framework. You have to consult the doctor. Also, if you take antibiotics, a child is ill and you have to take antibiotics, then you continue taking antibiotics, but Sunvital has to be separated from antibiotics by 2 hours, the interval of 2 hours. The only contraindication is hypotonia. So those who have low blood pressure. This can lower blood pressure, so they cannot take it. Next one is my blood. A complicated complex of vitamins, minerals, 100% extract of fruits and vegetables. It's functional biocorrector, and it's maximum close to our morphology of the blood. It supports balance between leukocytes, red blood cells, and thrombocytes. So that's the liquid part of our blood. And it directly supports 10 systems of our body. It's like a doping without doping. 19 ingredients, big, complicated composition with clinical trials. During life, we have a lot of molecular garbage. Those are cells that have worked but have not been excreted from the body. They are half alive, but they don't work. I mean, something happens in them, so they excrete toxins and poison our body, drawing us closer to oldness. But there are things in nature that help us neutralize such cells and get rid of them. These cells are called senescent cells. And the body has to somehow get rid of them. Otherwise, the immune system becomes hyperactive. And as a result, it leads to the aging of the gut and its microflora. And there we age faster. And of course, move closer to the end. So, to fight these senescent cells, we need senolytics of plant origin. What are those? These are two components, as quercetin, that is in my blood insufficient number, and omega-3 that also fights those zombie cells. And there is a big range of B vitamins, including B12 of plant origin. To who is it important? Of course, to those who do not have animal origin proteins, which contain most B12. Are there any contraindications? Of course, unfortunately, yes. What kind? You have to consult the doctor, of course, but I can tell you some things at once. Those who take iron drugs, because this contains a lot of iron itself. They cannot work together. So while you take the drugstore medicine with iron, don't take my blood, only when you stop those. And another, if you have tendency to have kidney stones and diabetes, you have to control your sugar. And of course, consult your doctor. Keratin. Oh, we have just 1 minute left. Okay, let's move very fast. Keratin, 25 to 50 milliliters per day in the morning before the meal. It's 100% natural composition. There are things that do not dissolve in a liquid environment, and like here, keratin and collagen, they have to be mixed together with a very special technology, and you have to take them for 3 months and then have a break, and then you can repeat it. This composition is very interesting, but I just want to say that when you drink it, it is supported by clinical research. So from 34 to 86% from month to month, you have less hair loss. the hair will grow better. So you will see the results. You just put your hand into your hair and you will feel the new hair growing. So shiny, beautiful hair and more hair because because of this less loss and more growth. And this collagen is very bioavailable. This formula is very important for vegetarians because you have here everything you need when you don't have it from other origins for different reasons, because you lack B7 vitamin, beauty vitamin, so-called vitamin H, which is in usually in liver, in kidneys, in meat. There is the most of that vitamin. In liver it's 100 micrograms, but in plants 1 microgram per the same amount, so 100 times less. What do we have here? Fiber. It's liquid fiber. So what is our current situation in the world? We have a deficit of fiber. We need 30-40 grams per day normally, but we have about 15. But we do need it, and this composition helps your gut for normal function. It helps the gut as a probiotic, and of course it also helps nervous system, because when you have a disorder in the gut, then our brain has a connection with it. It's not today's topic, but it has been proven. And so the brain will also suffer together with your gut. So your central nervous system will suffer, meaning the whole body will suffer because toxins will not be excreted. How does fiber help us? It helps with peristaltics, and all the excess of toxins leaves our gut. So fiber, 100% food fiber, soluble. There is this diet, we spoke about it on Tuesday, which is called L-Factor, which is low carbohydrates. So what is that diet? I beg your pardon, not low carbohydrates, but big number of carbohydrates. These are short chain carbohydrates. It's their chemical structure is short. They practically are not absorbed in the gut. From one hand, it's good that they are not absorbed. On the other hand, what happens? This is the main source of our energy, and bacteria in the gut when they connect with those short chain carbohydrates in reactions, then there is a big amount of gas, and then the person feels very uncomfortable because there is flatulence. So fiber does not have this effect, no flatulence. So you have to think what to choose better, that diet I've mentioned, or nicely just drink fiber. So 50 milliliters, and here minimum plus 1 glass of water, more if you wish, 60 minutes before or after medical drugs, so that your pill is not simply excreted. Best in the first half of the day. And this is, there is liquid and powder formulas. So for children, only powder, only powder. Liquid formulation is for grown-ups, because the powder fiber has false ginseng, because children do not need ginseng. They have enough of energy. I think it's wonderful. We are almost in the end. Let's run. My mind. It's a recent formulation, but we already love it. 25 to 50 milliliters during the breakfast. And you have to have interval with fiber, but it is compatible with chlorophyll. As to prorelaxin, the interval at least 6 hours. So you have to separate them. And usually we do take prorelaxin in the evening. What does this formula does? It's a clinically tested composition. It was time for this formula to appear, because right now we have such a load for our brain, because the speed of life is so fast. The information flow is so fast. Plus COVID-19 had impact on cognitive abilities. There was a decrease of memory, which is called post-COVID syndrome. And the situation in the world, economically and politically, is also mad, and so it's a lot of stress. And people don't know how to live, basically. So this composition helps restore both short-term and long-term memory. And ideally take it for 3 months, then a break, then again, you can repeat it. I think this supplement has a wonderful advantage that people who drive can take it. So it does not affect your attention. Very, very good formula. During contemporary stress that leads many people to problems with their neurons. And it's also a decrease in their mood, and it destroys their nerve endings and decreases their memory. Therefore, it's a very, very timely composition, and we love it. And I know of many people in my practice who are very pleased with it. And you feel the result quite fast. We have just Mygastrin. This is one of the latest liquid formulas, clinically tested. 25 to 50 milliliters per day, before or after the meal. And there are certain criteria for before and for after. You can even take it twice a day. But best to connect to the main meal, lunch, for example. But some have lunch at 1 or 2, some have it at 5. It depends on your work. So if you have chlorophyll and prodiacid, then you have 2 hours interval between them and migastrin. And if for some reason you are taking antibiotics, then when you end antibiotics, then only after 3 days you can take migastrin, and it will be very, very useful. Thanks to its help to all the digestion system, it includes all the organs, not just the mucus like aloe vera, but everything: liver, gall, and stomach, a microflora of the gut, and pancreas. So this is a systematic formula for all the digestion system. So how to understand before or after the meal? If you have a heavy stomach, bad appetite, or you have constipation, then you take it before the meal. With everything else after the meal. It's a very interesting plant liquid formula, and it's microcapsulated. It's an interesting technology. Something new. And of course, take it for 3 months, then a break, and then again if you need it. As to carefulness, it's individual intolerance that goes for all the formulas. Maybe you have a very special body and you have intolerance from some kind of plant. Also for pregnant and breastfeeding women, it's a legal framework. And allergies. If you tend to have allergies, you have to always be careful in reading the composition. And counterindication is for epilepsy, because the main ingredient that is significant here can cause attack. So that's a counterindication. I was very happy to talk to you. I stole 13 minutes, but before we say goodbye, and we will see each other tomorrow speaking about capsules. And now let's thank our interpreters.